Hi, welcome friends. This is Adrienne Green, Realtor with Sampson Properties, and I am here today to share Dr. Taylor Taylor with Ashburn Natural Wellness with you. She is a fabulous chiropractor who opened her practice in Ashburn about a year ago, and I can personally give a testimony that she does absolutely great care. I just had my third child, and with my second, I had a lot of back pain, and it's very common during pregnancy, and it was a real challenge. It made the pregnancy much more difficult. And with the third pregnancy, I was able to see Taylor whenever I had any issues or on a semi-regular schedule. The nice thing is she doesn't require patients to come at a certain interval or anything like that. They can come when they need it. And so I was able to pop in about once a month, and she adjusted me, and I had so much less pain during this pregnancy, and it made it much more manageable. So I can say that she really has helped me personally, and so I wanted to share her with everyone else so that you guys, if applicable, can also take advantage of her wonderful services. So thank you, Taylor, for your time today, and would you like to kind of tell everybody about your practice?
Sure. Thank you, Adrienne, for offering to have this video session today. This is great. And so, yeah, I am Dr. Taylor with Ashburn Natural Wellness, and we opened our practice about a year ago. And I have my partner, Dr. Tiffany, and we both came from separate practices. We opened together. We wanted to open a practice that was more patient-centered. We spend more time with our patients than a lot of chiropractors, so visits tend to be about 30 minutes. New patient visits are about an hour. And I feel that this is really important because when you see your primary care provider or you see another doctor, you may only be with them for 5 or 10 minutes, and it's really hard to get a big picture of what's going on. So when we spend more time with the patients, we get a better picture of what's going on, what could be causing their pain. We are a sports and women's health practice. So Dr. Lay, she focuses on some sports injuries. She also does women's health, and then I focus specifically on women's health. So I'm transitioning into working mainly with women who are going through the motherhood transition. So from preconception to postpartum, and then working into menopause as well, and working with more of the hormonal issues, because a lot of people don't realize how much hormones can play a part in pain, in emotion, all of that. So trying to tie all of that together. So our visits tend to include, we'll do an exam at the beginning, and then we'll treat. So our treatment is, we do a lot of soft tissue work. So we're not just doing the manipulation that most people associate chiropractic care with. I'm certified in active release technique, and then Dr. Lay does dry needling. So a lot of the visit is just working on the various structures that are causing pain. So if you're just doing the manipulation, you're not addressing all of the structures that are surrounding the spine and the joints. And so those joints are just going to go back to being stuck again if you're not looking at everything else. And then another thing that we are really big on is rehab and trying to change your movements throughout your day to better set you up for long-term recovery so that these injuries don't keep coming back. So for example, I'll take a new mom who's coming in with maybe some shoulder pain or some shoulder blade tightness or tingling. And a lot of that comes from just holding a newborn and having to always have your arm up, or numbness and tingling in the hands from being in that position of holding the baby. And so if I can change different things about her posture throughout the day, or give her something to do when she's been in that unavoidable posture for a long period of time, that's going to get her out of pain. And it's going to keep the pain away instead of having her come in twice a week for 3 months, because that's not really going to do much to resolve her condition. So that's a little bit about how we practice. And like Adrienne said, we don't keep our patients coming in long term. We really like to find the root cause of what's going on. And empower patients so that, the more they can do on their own, the quicker they're going to get better. And then they can just use us as a resource as needed.
Right. And that's wonderful. You don't feel that obligation to come in at a certain interval, especially for the so much of the demographic that you're targeting. I mean, for people with kids, it's a real burden to come in and get into the the doctor. And so, if we don't have to do that because the doctor says so, but rather when we actually feel like we need it, it's a much better system for sure. So
Right.
I know I shared my story of how much I appreciated your care and how you helped me with my back pain during pregnancy. Do you have another client story you'd like to share?
Yeah, so I did have a patient who was pregnant, and she had never been to a chiropractor before, and her midwife OB group suggested that she come see me because she was having pretty intense headaches, and she had been having them prior to getting pregnant, and it was constant everyday neck pain, just unbearable. And she was taking some painkillers prior to seeing me and prior to getting pregnant, and then when she got pregnant she wasn't able to take them, and she's like, I just need to get through. And so she came to me, and she was a little hesitant. A lot of people, it goes both ways. Some people are very pro chiropractic, and other people are like, oh, I didn't have a good experience, or I'm not sure about it. So she was a little hesitant, but we did a lot of soft tissue work, kind of figured out what was causing the pain. And within, 2 weeks, she was completely headache and pain free. And she hadn't been in months, even with a lot of her pain meds. So she was really excited because she's like, I can manage it through the pregnancy and I can also get rid of it. So that was a really cool story. But yeah, it's tough because our profession, patients are just, they don't know kind of what to expect when they come in, because we're so different. It's like when you go see a primary care doctor, you kind of know what to expect. You're going to go in, you might see the nurse or nurse practitioner, then the doctor might come in for a few minutes, they might prescribe something. You kind of know the flow. With chiropractors, it's like, I don't really know what this person's going to be doing. And something that I do want to point out is I do manipulate and I do adjust, crack, whatever you want to call it, but it is driven by the patient. So I have many patients that come in and they are not interested in being adjusted. They're not comfortable with it. And that is totally fine. I don't believe it's an end-all be-all. I think it's a great tool that I have, but I have plenty of patients that I never crack, adjust. I never do any of that, and we completely resolve their pain. So,
yeah, I mean, that's one thing that I appreciate about going to Dr. Taylor versus other chiropractors I've gone to before is that, you do that soft tissue work and everything in addition to the spine, because I'm fine with the adjustments on the spine. So for me, Dr. Taylor does both. She does the soft tissue work and then she does adjustments to the spine. And I feel like that gives a better adjustment and makes me feel better when I walk right out the door than when somebody just does the spinal adjustments. And it's nice that I felt from the very beginning that everything you did, you described what you were going to do to me and make sure I was okay with it along the way. So that was nice. Now, for the logistics of people wanting to come to your practice, can you share right now with coronavirus, what services are being provided, and then also, what insurance you take and how people go about getting an appointment?
Yeah, sure. So right now, Dr. Lay is in the office seeing patients physically from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we are both providing telehealth services. And so you can go to our website, ashburnnaturalwellness.com, and if you click on the book appointment button, it'll take you to the site. All of our appointments are booked online, so you can see both of our schedules online and our availability. If you're more comfortable calling, we do have a service, so you can call in. And you can find the number on our site there. You can always send us an email if you have a question prior to booking. If you want to, just ask something to clarify before you book, that's totally fine. And then, so I am providing the telehealth online, and then Tiffany's in the office. And then we are in the same building as the Whining Butcher on Ashburn Road, for those of you who know where that is.
And you take...
And then we do take insurance. So we take all insurance except TRICARE does not yet cover chiropractic services.
Okay.
And we do not currently take Medicare, but we do take everything else. And we will verify benefits for you. So if you want to send those to us, or if you do book an appointment online in the when you fill out all of your patient paperwork stuff, you can put the insurance information there, and we try to check those benefits prior to you coming in.
Awesome. And then I think you wanted to share your Instagram account details because you put a lot on Instagram.
Yeah, so I've started using Instagram more frequently, and my Instagram, you can find me at Dr. Tayatay, Dr. Taylor on Instagram, and I post a lot about women's health there. So for a lot of moms who like information on how they can improve their quality of life, I have information on there. And then we do have our business Instagram, which is Ashburn Natural Wellness, and you can find that and go follow us for some good information. And we provide some exercises on there too to help people, especially during this time.
Right. Yeah, that was really useful. They've been putting these little exercise videos on there that when you're stuck at home and, you know, trying to stay safe at home, it definitely is a great resource. And I'll put the Instagram handles in the description below, guys, so that you can grab them there and follow Dr. Taylor and Ashburn Natural Wellness on Instagram. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Taylor. Is there anything else you wanted to share?
I think that is all. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, thanks, guys. And again, this is Dr. Taylor with Ashburn Natural Wellness. I'll put website, Instagrams, everything below. So if you liked this video, make sure to thumbs up. And if you're interested in learning about more businesses in Northern Virginia, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I try to post, or I guess share businesses that I think are doing a great job. So hopefully that helps you find some services that you need provided to you. So thank you to Dr. Taylor and to everyone. And this is Adrienne Green, Realtor with Sampson Properties. Have a great day.